they spit upon him, and they cursed him, and they smacked him in the face, and he opened not his mouth. Well, see, it's easy in church to say, glory. Wait till somebody smacks you in the face, then say glory. This is the victory God wants you to have. Total, through the Spirit, possession of yourself, of your worst self. And you got to want it. And some of us don't want it because we want to heap it on somebody else. We really don't want it because it means, listen, it means if you have it, you may have to take something that you said you ain't never going to take. I don't have to take that. Who told you you didn't? Jesus did. And he was perfect. And so, because of the difficulty that so many of us have in understanding who we are and because of the effects of sin on us that we've mentioned, modern man has developed a host of means and specialists in this area. Professionals. And some of these folk are rich. Psychologists, psychiatrists, psychoanalysts, psychotherapists. Look at all that, all these psychos. Sociologists, social workers, and counselors of all type. I'm preparing for this sermon, Jerry Murphy, I was reading. This is a multi-billion-dollar business. People, I think about it, Jim. I work pretty hard, man. And there are people who are sitting in a chair. Somebody across them in another chair laying on the couch. And that brother's making $250 an hour. I'm saying I'm surely in the wrong profession. And you know what? They ain't solving nothing. You pay somebody $250 an hour to listen to you talk. You can pray for free. Cry. And you can be honest with him. Because you ain't never going to tell that psychiatrist the whole truth. Come on and say amen. If you did, he'd run you plumb out of the office. So out of this body of specialists has come much knowledge, much of it quite helpful, and allows us to understand and achieve where we are. Moving to the second part of the sermon now. But this knowledge needs to be combined with one inescapable reality, which is this. You cannot correct yourself without divine aid. And if we fail to acknowledge our Creator and our attempts to fix ourselves, the results will be further crippling. That next statement there from Desire of Ages, page 605. Yeah. Here it is, Jesus talking. Read, he showed the error of trusting to what kind of power? Human power, for that transformation of character which can be wrought only by the Spirit of God. Now, let's clarify some terms. In this sermon and the next several sermons, personality and temperament will be used as synonyms. Personality and temperament are synonyms. Character and personality and temperament are to be understood in these sermons as what you naturally are. Ellen White says there's no sin in personality, just who you are. But character should be understood as the result of decisions made. Character is developed by decisions. Temperament, personality is developed by DNA. Are you with me? That's the context of these messages. It is character. It is what? Character. Talk to the pastor. It is what? Character. That allows you, Dolly, it is character that allows you to get the best out of your temperament. In the same degree as you have developed character, you will have the tendency to always play to the best side of your temperament. Now, let's go to the screen. Give me my whole brain picture. Now, let's just go through this quickly because I've gone through this before, but I'm going to set the stage. The brain looks like this, and the brain has two hemispheres, left and right. Each of those hemispheres divided into two parts, upper and lower. Those four quadrants are very powerful. The upper left, the quadrant that prioritizes, does what? The lower left, the quadrant that organizes. What does it do? So on your left side of your brain, you prioritize and you organize. That's the cognitive side of your brain. People who operate out of those two quadrants usually are a little bit better at making decisions. Right side of the brain. Upper right, the quadrant that visualizes. What does it do? And lower right, the quadrant that harmonizes. What does it do? The people who operate on the right side of the brain are better in relationships. They visualize, they harmonize. Now, let me set you up for what's coming. Your brain knows who it is subconsciously. And it spends all its life trying to find a brain to complete it. Now just hold that. Say any more about that. You remember that in the counseling classes, right? Okay. All right. So most of us are naturally attracted to people, remember that, Dan, naturally attracted to people who are our brain completer. I am a left-sided male. And so I operate out of the lower left, I'm a melancholic, upper left, choleric. I tend to be attracted toward people who are on the right side, because people on my side get on my natural-born nerves. Now, hey, this is God's plan to complete the race. Most of us are naturally attracted to certain kinds of people, not out of some ephemeral reason. It's natural. It's natural. All right. Now, each quadrant has a function. We're not like Adam and Eve. They were perfectly balanced. But through years of generation, human beings, therefore, have developed what is called a brain lead. Say that to me. Brain lead. Next slide, the circles. So, those who operate out of the upper left, the prioritize, help me, Jesus, the prioritizing quadrant tend to be choleric. What are they? Choleric. These are the take charge, bossy, dominant, fly off the handle kind of people. Got to have it their way and think that their way is always best. You should see your faces right now. Some of you trying to keep your faces straight. You don't want to look to the right or to the left. But I know you're thinking about somebody right now. Then those who operate out of the lower left, the organizing quadrant, they tend to be melancholic. What are they? These are the pedantic, processed, take their time, think it through, moody, stubborn, won't give in, seldom say they're sorry. Hard they can be people. Oh, I wish I had a camera right now. Then those who operate out of the upper right are the sanguines. What are they?